You can manifest the things that you want in your life. You just have to believe in yourself. And it is hard to do because you say, oh, I believe in myself. But to truly, really feel like you can take on big challenges and have fun with them and enjoy that climb, it is a whole nother thing. Hey, we're just gonna talk real quick because I don't have that much time today, but if you are creating habits for yourself that are holding you back, it's time to take accountability for yourself. I think in society today, it's so easy to overconsume and to get into vices that are holding you back. And just creating these habitual things that they're not pushing you towards the version of yourself that you've always wanted. And I think we fantasize about those versions of ourselves a lot, and we don't think that they're ever going to come true. And that can be, like maybe you have a fantasy in your head where you're a super strict businesswoman or man, or maybe you feel like you want to become a more fit person, or you want to work on being more confident. And there's just like this false negative hope in your head, or this false negative interpretation where it's like, oh, that'll never happen, or that won't be for me. And then you feel bad about yourself, and then you start scrolling through social media and you compare yourself, and then you feel like awful. So then you start consuming in vices, and it's a vicious circle. I used to be that way. I have had lots of nights where I felt very sorry for myself, and I felt like I could see what I wanted to be, but I felt like I could never reach it. And I just want to let you know that is how the system is almost set up, so that way you become a consumer and not a creator. And it is so important to know that once you start creating, whether that's art, content, a business, some sort of project, once you start creating, it's like you don't want to go back because you were so exhausted as a consumer. It's weird how just sitting and consuming things makes you exhausted. Your brain literally is constantly overstimulated, so you don't feel like you can ever get a break. And even putting your phone down and going for a walk, we don't even do that. Our brains are just almost like wired at this point to have consumption constantly. And so I just wanted to jump on and talk to you about that because I struggled for a very long time. I didn't have good mentors in my life. I had a lot of vices, and I just was not taking care of myself. I found some really amazing mentors through YouTube, actually, because I was in a very lonely state of life. I had nobody really around me on the same page in this past version of myself where it was like just I was trying to break free from a lifestyle that I once had. And it's hard to leave friendships that you had for so long when they no longer serve you. But finding good people in your life to connect to and to relate to is so important and so vital. And for me, I didn't have that physically really, but I did have that through YouTube. And there are some people on here that really changed my life. And if I ever could meet them, I would let them know that. And yeah, it's not impossible to break free from these things. We just have to have accountability. And that can be really hard when we don't want to look in the mirror and face the music and start putting those things in motion. It can be really hard and uncomfortable. But I think it's very necessary in today's world to do this. So you just kind of look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, okay, it's time to change. We don't need to do these things anymore. Maybe they were numbing us from something we didn't want to feel, or traumas that we didn't want to bring to light. And therapy, I think, is a really great step if you have a lot of trauma. I think a lot of us have trauma in some way or another. And I think therapy and really fixing those, or I don't want to say fixing, but trying to maybe bring to light things that are really making you, they're holding you back, because it makes you create a version of yourself that isn't true. And starting there and starting to talk to somebody about these things and helping helping yourself out. Start there, because then you're going to create a good relationship with yourself and start fixing these habits that you've created and start connecting with people in a different light, and work towards that version of yourself that you just romanticize, that you don't think you can ever achieve, because you can't achieve it. And I think the system wants you to feel broken and wants you to feel like a zombie. It doesn't want you to feel like you can achieve the things that you want to achieve. There's a saying that's like, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And I think it's so overused. Things like that, they're so corny. But that's why that people say those things, is because it's very true. You can manifest the things that you want in your life. You just have to believe in yourself. And it is hard to do, because you say, oh, I believe in myself. But to truly, really feel like you can take on big challenges and have fun with them and enjoy that climb, it is a whole nother thing. And I think that's why I was called to make this video today, because I struggled for so long thinking that the things that I wanted were so out of my reach. And I'm so passionate about telling people, like, you can get the things that you want and you can have the things that you want. You just have to put in the work and effort into the relationship with yourself. We are so over-consumed in other people's lives, and we compare way too much to other people, because I was that person too. I'm not judging you if you are the kind of person that just sits and consumes right now, because that is how things are designed. But this is like your sign to break that for your own good. Stop comparing yourselves to these people. Stop looking at, like, when you look at social media, it's fake. Like, a lot of it is fake. These people are setting up things for views. And it's sad, because a lot of people feel really bad about themselves. They're like, I don't have that car, I don't have that house, I don't have that life, I don't have that family. And it's just to keep you down. So clear your mind from all of that clutter and start focusing on yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, today is the day that I change, that I'm gonna work towards becoming a really amazing version of myself, the version of myself that I've always wanted. What would that future version of myself pick today? How would I go about my day as that version of myself that I wanted to be? And yeah, those things will just start happening for you once you start putting in a little bit of that work. And I really enjoy helping you guys, and I just really enjoy talking to you. And it makes me so excited to see people interested in change and growth, because just to get to that version of you that you've always wanted to be, that is honestly just so enjoyable for me. So anyways, I'm gonna go, but I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time.